Hi. I had an idea for a video this morning. I thought I'd run it by you. 50 reasons to garden. I can't remember all 50, so I bought some notes to remember. Some of these, I have to admit, AI helped me generate a few because I wasn't thinking, I thought of as many as I could. Number one is what I'm getting right now, and I really believe in this, getting natural vitamin D. Vitamin D is something that some people in the darker regions of the world lack. And just a little bit of sun every day gives you all the vitamin D you need. You don't need to take a supplement. It's right here. Fresh nutrients from the vegetables you eat. You can't get any better than that. Every time you pick something, and by the time it makes it to the store, it's lost some of its nutritional value and flavor, which is the next one on the list, superior flavor. Having a garden, you can't beat the flavor of what you grow. If it's fresh, what you pick, go eat right away. Can't beat the flavor. Can't beat the freshness, and can't beat the nutritional value. It's low impact cardio. It's getting a little bit of exercise, bending over, stretching, moving your body as you age without damaging yourself by lifting heavy weights or anything like that. You get better sleep when you get outside, get in the sun, do a little bit of a work in the garden. It helps you to sleep better at night rather than just sitting around all day long. Let's see, chemical-free food. That goes without saying with growing your own garden. If you keep chemicals out, you get out what you put in. I don't put any chemicals on my food, so it's healthy eating. It lowers your blood pressure in several ways. One, the food you eat is better for you. Two, just getting a little exercise lowers your blood pressure. Let's see, your gut health, your microbes. Eating fresh food helps with your gut health. I would agree with that. It improves your flexibility by moving around a little bit every day, stretching your muscles, moving around. It helps with your stress reduction. Getting out in the garden, getting out in the fresh air, getting out in nature with it's a natural stress reliever. Practicing patience. You can't be impatient and garden because the plants don't work that way. They're not going to speed up for you. There's certain plants you can grow that grow faster than others, but you have to be patient to be a gardener. So it improves your patience. It teaches you patience. Seasonal awareness, I guess that goes without saying. You're more aware of the changing seasons, although you are indoors. But the more you're outside, you feel all the little changes. Cognitive health. It helps when you're planning gardens, when you're planning every season, what you have to do, what you grow, when you grow it, you have to keep your mind working. And I think it would help with that. It definitely helps more than sitting and scrolling on your phone all day long looking at junk, Digital detox. Definitely agree with that. Get you away from your phone for a while. Get you away from your television for a while. Get outside and don't have all that interference in your head. All of the stuff just bombarding you daily. Commercials and drug commercials and all the stuff, politics. Ugh. Anyway, yeah, I agree with that 100%. Mindfulness and a sense of purpose. I would agree with those. Gardening does give you a sense of purpose, obviously. Mindfulness, it makes you aware of your plants and how they're doing, tending to them, caring for them, nurturing them. It's all good traits, good things to learn and to do. Attracting songbirds. So that's something I do. Not every gardener does that, but that's part of what I do. So I think I included that in this. I also like to feed the birds. It kind of goes hand in hand with me with gardening and attracting insects to your garden. Kind of the same thing. Bring in the pollinators, bring in the wildlife, bring in the insects, also bring in the birds. To me, it brings song to the garden, brings some joy. and also just brings more nature in. And I noticed that the longer I have these feeders here, the more the birds that are local, I know they know me. I've sat here a lot, and they come and sit right next to me. They know I'm not a threat. So it starts to become a little sanctuary, is what I really want to create here. Uh, Natural pest control. I don't know why that's included in gardening. I guess it's something that you can choose to do or not. I choose to do that. You gotta, some of these are pretty obscure, so just bear with me. I said 50, and that's kind of a lot. But natural bird song soundtrack, I suppose that's true. Kind of hits on what I said before. You get a natural soundtrack to your life with the birds. I guess that fits. Sustainability, definitely. Growing things that you can save, growing things that you can and freeze and last you through the winter. It's definitely something that helps lower the bills, and sustainability fits. Supporting the pollinators, I would agree with that, of course. Provide nesting materials, that does. I've seen the birds come and pick from my garden some of the things to make their nest. I have a wren that nests here every year, and it's constantly in the yard picking up stuff and putting it in its nest. Observing the life cycles. Just one example is I see the life cycles of some of the insects. I have every year at the end of the year, I find praying mantis cocoons all over the place on the fences. I wish I had one handy here I could show you, but they're very unique looking. They look alienish, you know. And I've had several butterfly cocoon type things that are hanging around. You see them, watch them hatch at a certain time of year. That whole life cycle, watching my wren, I watched her bring the babies out of the nest and raise them right here in my backyard. So those little things all add to the reasons to garden. The not only health benefits, but the pleasure. For me being an artist, I haven't touched on that much on this channel, but I do a lot of painting. And this summer, I hope to show a little bit of this. I know that's a little off subject for this channel, and I don't want to, anybody that's into gardening only, I don't want them to be turned off by it, but I'll probably come out and maybe paint my garden when it's in some things in bloom, like paint some of my vegetables, do little still lifes of them, and maybe show a little bit of that. But anyway, it gives me material just in the different lighting that occurs in the garden. Let's see what free floral models. Yeah, I got that for still lifes. Macro photography, I've done that for insects. I've taken some really neat pictures of butterflies and close-ups of butterflies and things, and they're really good subjects for my art. This might not fit people that don't do art, you know, but for me it does. And this list of 50 was for me, for my garden. Landscape composition, that just doesn't have to do with art. It can do with the way you lay out your garden to make it the way you want, the way you want it to look, the way you want it to feel, how easy you want to garden. That's a part of design, I suppose, you know. Artistic inspiration, that goes without saying. Before and after satisfaction, yeah, that goes almost, yeah, that's definitely a thing. When you see something that you started from the beginning and watch it materialize and come into fruition when you have a nice harvest at the end of the season, it's satisfying to do that. Saving money is obviously one. I've touched on that before in other videos. That's obviously I've also teased a little bit about it because you save money, but you spend a lot too. Probably needlessly. I've spent a lot of needless money here because it's fun. You know, it's a hobby. Sometimes we spend money that we don't need to spend money on, but it's you know, if it's your hobby and you enjoy doing it, it's also something you want to splurge on once in a while. You want to splurge on some things, maybe some seeds you've never tried, or a raised bed that you just want to have, or a watering system or something, a nice tool, a nice, you know, every now and then you splurge, you spend what you want without without regret. Enjoy it. Self sufficiency. A lot of these are kind of. I think it struggled to get 50. But yeah, some of these are like repeats, just differently in a different word. Curb appeal, again, I don't really care about that myself. I'm in a small town where nobody takes care of their yard. I mean, I keep it mowed, and I try to keep it nice, but I don't. That's not something in my neighborhood that anybody is worried about. I'm in a town of less than 100 people, so um, I'll explore that more later and show you where I live. Heirloom traditions, I like that. I save a lot of my own seeds, and I'm making my own tradition with my seeds. I'm hoping that I take these heirlooms that I'm growing, some of them, and make them uniquely mine somehow. I don't know how they'll differ from the originals, but maybe growing here year after year, they'll have some traits that aren't, you know, that take on a little bit different trait. Even if they crossed at one point with something, it'd be kind of unique, maybe, if I can save the seeds and I don't know. It's fun to experiment. It's some fun to save your own seeds and try new things. Um, Leaving the earth better. Yeah, I think so. I'm helping the wildlife. Right now, I'm looking at my tree, and it's February. It's got a really beautiful day right now, a stretch after a cold stretch that's warmed up. Yeah, I've probably got, I don't want to exaggerate. There's probably 10 birds in there, 10, 9, 10 birds right now. So it's kind of neat. I always have, yeah, there's goldfinches and finches, house finches, and a few sparrows. But anyway, uh, learning new sciences. Yeah, I've learned a lot. I don't know if I guess it is science, but I've learned a lot about, I've only been doing this 4 years, so I've absorbed a lot about gardening, but I'm by no means an expert. That's why I'm doing videos like this, because I watch other garden channels and they're so much more knowledgeable than I am. If you want to learn how to get the right pH for things and the right soil types and the right, um, although I don't, I don't pretend to have that, and I don't know if I ever will. I'm 67. Um, I do the best I can, but I'm not one to dive real heavy into the science of it, I guess. But I guess I've learned quite a bit, though, and learned what I can and can't grow, and what works for me and what doesn't. But the joy of the first sprout. Well, I guess that's something that could be 50 reasons. One of the 50 reasons. The joy of watching the first sprout. It is fun. It's enjoyable to see those things coming through for the first time, especially when you start them outdoors and they start coming up. It's really neat to come out one morning and see the fresh little sprouts coming up. That is a kind of a thrill. I was talking about earlier about the birds, how I mean, I have some sitting right here in front of me, and just they don't care. It's fun. Let's see. Community sharing. That's something I haven't done yet, but I haven't done much of that. I've got a farmer's market in a town about 20 miles away. I go there, but I haven't done much of that yet. So, but that is an advantage to people that do that. You could, it would be fun to have somebody that I could talk gardening with, or share some of the stuff I have, share my seeds with. That would be kind of neat. Teaching the grandkids. Yeah, that would be a plus. I don't think my grandkids have much interest in that, and they're further away, so it'd be hard for me to do that. But if you're in a situation where you live close and they have an interest, it would be fun to plant something with your grandkids. Get a plant just for them and plant it, and let them come over and water it and collect the fruit from it and take it home to mom and dad. That'd be a really neat thing I never thought of. That'd be cool. That'd be really cool. I don't know if that added up to 50. It doesn't matter. Those are some reasons that gardening works for me. So I just wanted to close with a few thoughts on gardening and why to garden. For me, it helps quiet my mind. When I'm sitting around inside watching TV too long or sitting on my phone scrolling at whatever, it's really easy to get caught up in that. And then before you know it, you're 3 hours have passed and you haven't really done anything creative. You haven't done anything constructive. You've sat and consumed mostly nonsense. By getting out in the garden, it gives you a chance to reconnect with nature. It helps to declutter my head. I come up with a lot of ideas when I'm gardening because I have the stillness in my head to think clearly. It's so hard when you're on your phone or with the TV on to think clearly, to think of ideas or to think of inspiration for anything. But when you're outside quiet, you have time to think. Your mind has time to explore different ideas, and at least mine does. Again, and getting back, my sanctuary. I'm feeding my neighbors. My neighbors being the birds and the insects. I feed a lot of insects, but that's okay. I'm willing to share. Gets me outside, and they need to eat too. For me, it gives me inspiration for my art, for painting, and just gives me spiritual inspiration. Just daily being out in the garden, being outside. It's something that my mind needs, and I think most human beings benefit from it. And then the legacy of my gardening, saving the seeds. Maybe teaching your grandkids, leaving your gardening legacy to go forward. Maybe passing down some of the seeds you grew, and it could go from your kids to your kids' kids, and yeah, these are seeds that Grandpa saved. That'd be kind of a neat thing. I never thought about it till I looked at this idea from AI. But so I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found some of the content anyway worthwhile. And if you did, I hope you come back. I hope you check out the other video that I have up there, and subscribe if you haven't. If you want to come back, I'd love to have you. My name's Dennis. Hope to see you next time. Take care. Bye.